Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're going to be playing in the Double Evolution tournament. I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the best decks to use to have success with and win in this tournament. So as you can see, I'm currently at 5 wins, and in the video I'll be playing one game with each of the 5 decks for a grand total of 10 wins. Now each of these decks have been specially curated by yours truly based on the current changes in the meta and the recent balance changes, which applied a bunch of buffs and nerfs, shaking things up. So I'll be sharing a deck link for each of the decks below if you guys are interested in checking them out, and feel free to copy and use any of them yourself. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck breakdowns, and I hope you enjoy the video. Starting out, we have Splashyard, which I believe is making a true return this season. Now with the most recent changes, I think P.E.K.K.A is going to be one of the best cards in the game, because Goblin Giant is very strong and we're still in a pretty beatdown heavy meta, with the chef being quite popular. So the P.E.K.K.A is just very good overall. And we also have the Baby Dragon buff, which is quite a nice buff to its splash range. So these two changes combine to bring this deck back, and the benefit of playing this deck is that if you guys have ever played Splashyard before, it's basically the same deck that it's always been. You know, Splashyard has always been the same 7 cards as a core, with really only the Goblin Cage being shifted out between like Bomb Tower and Tombstone, different buildings. Sometimes you have a Valkyrie instead of the Knight, but otherwise it's basically the same deck every single time. So if you guys have been practicing with this deck before, you will have a lot of experience and have a great time playing the deck. And the other good news is that if you guys are not playing Splashyard very often, it's pretty easy to pick up, honestly, and it's not going to be too difficult. So we are actually against Ice Golem, Fireball, Expo, which is one of the last few things I would have expected to see today, but we are actually up against Expo to my surprise. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm going to hover my NATO in case he has like archers or something. Okay, bats, that's fine, I'll let that go. And it's a very interesting Expo deck. I don't actually know what this Expo deck is, and I would love to activate King Tower, but I'm sure we'll get many opportunities to do so in the future. I'll just go for my Bar Barrel because I don't want to waste a Goblin Cage too early on. And I'm fine if he continuously fireballs my Ice Wizards, because he's going to get negative trades over time, and I think we'll actually be fine. So now that he fireballs that, I'll get my Cage down, and again, P.E.K.K.A is very strong. Unfortunately, this game looks like we won't have too much of a use case for the card, because it looks like my opponent is going to have Expo as his win condition, which, you know, Cage is pretty useless against. I mean, it's actually really solid just stalling it out, but the main benefit of the P.E.K.K.A you guys will see is you can just kind of decimate any big beatdown tank. But anyways, like I was saying about Splashyard in general, you can really just pick this deck up, and it's not too hard to use. It's pretty basic, it's not difficult, and a general rule of thumb I will give you guys with this deck is you can be very passive for a long time. So don't be afraid if you're being, you know, too passive. It's better to be safe than sorry, and you can really just kind of chill and not go for graveyards for a while, and just take things slow, because you'll get a lot of damage over time. Speaking of damage, this is a great punish. As you can see, we get some nice chip right there, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Now, I am going to be down a bit of Elixir, and he has an Expo, but Evo Knight is going to be so strong against this. I can just play the Evo Knight down. As you can see, it's going to stall the Expo out for 10,000 years. Now, I'll go for my Ice Wizard to kill the remainders of this Expo, and I'll get my Bar Barrel down on this Firecracker to take that out as well. Very nicely done. Failed protection on his end, and you know what? Okay, I was going to say let me show you guys the P.E.K.K.A on the Ice Golem, but that would be way too wishful thinking. It's okay, we'll just chill. I'll get my Knight down, and I think I do have to poison this out. As you can see, it's really not too hard to defend these Expo pushes. I mean, all you really have to do is get your Knight down and then poison it out, and that's literally the whole defense. Like, you can also Bar Barrel if you need to. Like, right now I'm going to get my Bar Barrel down on all of that. But, like, it's really not hard by any means to just defend an Expo push. Like, Expo is so easy to stop. It's really not a threat at all. So now we're going to get the activation, which does not really mean anything considering we're against Expo. But anyways, you know, it's nice to have, I suppose. And let's just get our Ice Wizard down, because the Brawler's about to die. We'll get our Bar Barrel just to take out this Expo. Cycle a bit quicker as well. Take out the Firecracker too. And just like that, we are chilling. Now I'm going to have to get a nice Graveyard plus Poison push to finish the job, because I know he has bats, so I think this might actually be the time right now. He goes for Tesla, he's low on Elixir, it's time to go, guys. Evo Knight plus Graveyard while his Expo push is cooking, and then we'll go for our Bar Barrel on the Tesla plus Bow at the same time. Nice little pressure while defending, and that's not only going to take out the Expo, but also get a huge punish, and that's just going to be a very easy win. As you can see, it was not hard at all, and I promise you guys, if you're looking for a solid deck to use in this global tournament, Splashyard is going to be very easy, because you really don't need much skill to pick this deck up. And again, general rule of thumb, just play passive, go for aggressive graveyards later on in the match. You you can just defend for a while and get away with it. So very nice first win. Moving on, we have Logbait, and wow. Man, can I say things about Logbait? Logbait has been overpowered for months and is not changing anytime soon. Duchess got a buff in the most recent balance changes. Evo Barrel got a nerf, but it's not too big of a deal. They can just see which the decoy barrel is now, but it's still going to be very strong. And Goblin Gang got a minor nerf with the spears getting changed, but that's not really a big deal. Dark Goblin got an evolution, but unfortunately we cannot use the Evo Dark Goblin in the global tournament, so we're going to be sticking with this classic Hypno variation with the Evo Valk, the Evo Barrel. I see Hypno is actually still playing this version without the Evo Dark Goblin on top ladder. And again, we do have a newly buffed Duchess where it just shoots projectiles quicker, and I've actually seen many people using the newly buffed Duchess, so let's take a look at how it can function for us in this game right now against Ion K Z07. Let's go Evo Barrel with Ice Spirit first play. As you can see, we're going to force out the Fireball and still get a pretty decent elixir forced out. I mean, that's literally 9 elixir forced out by this guy. Like, that's a lot. I'm going to go for my gang off to the side. So if he does go for that ability, it will not hit these spear goblins, as you guys can see. Very nice little play there. And I'll go for my wall breakers in front of this set of spear goblins now, just to force something else out. Bats do come down, but wall breakers are both going to connect. A lot of damage pouring in. And so we are up against Goblinstein, Bats, Fireball. I don't really know what we're up against, to be honest with you. Goblin Gang, poorly placed by my opponent, very easily juked with that tricky barrel, and just like that we have a beautiful situation right now. Gonna go for the ice, and I guess I'll let this go. I don't really want to overspend right now, so Princess is not really going to do her job, but it's okay. I mean, okay, in hindsight, maybe I should have gone for a Goblin Gang there, but it's not a big deal. This is just a minor control deck, I suppose. Really shouldn't be too terrible. Now I'll let this cart cross the bridge, I suppose. Let's go for a low Dark Goblin. We'll get my Valk on top once it crosses. And if he goes for any Goblinstein shenanigans, we have our cannon for that. Speaking of using our cannon, we're going to go for a cannon right now on this mortar. Keep the Dark Goblin alive real quick. And that's going to be actually an epic fail, unfortunately, but it's fine. Gonna go for our Evo Barrel plus Ice Spirit, and the fake barrel is gonna be on the right, but he still does have to respond because otherwise the Ice Spirit's gonna go to town on it. As you can see, we're gonna get a lot of nice damage, and the key principle with this deck, guys, is dual lane pressure. So you can really utilize the Evo Barrel and other shenanigans for some dual lane pressure. He had a pretty bad cycle there, not having log available, and I had a princess down, which meant if he did go for bats, they would just get sniped by the princess. That was just a really nice little wall breakers punish, and just like that, my opponent is in a world of trouble again. Now, I could go Dark Goblin in the back, but I'll split my gang instead, because I don't really want him to go for a... Okay, that was actually a failure of a split, but I don't really want him to go for a Fireball on my weak side tower right now. That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. Let's protect our cannon with our Valkyrie. Then we can get a Dark Goblin and try and snipe this mortar down. Let's get our princess in the corner for that cannon cart, Ice Spirit, and then I'll get my gang to take out this miner and hopefully those bats as well. Now we're going to be in a bit of trouble here, guys, but I think with good defense we should be able to survive. Hopefully. Gonna need my princess to do some overtime work right now. Really need that princess to get going, man. Please. Okay, wall breakers will connect and do a great job, but the mortar is on the tower. Gonna have to try and take his tower soon because this is getting pretty precarious pretty quickly. But the Dark Goblin's gonna connect for a lot of damage. I just need to outcycle that log real quick. So let's go breakers plus barrel. Really need to take the tower right now. It's time. Time is of the essence, guys. Barrel, please. He does Fireball. We should take the tower down just barely. Oh my god. What a clutch situation, but we do just barely get that off. So just like that, we are alive. Protecting my princess, as you guys can see. And now he does go for the log, so he kind of baited his own log. So I'll go for my Goblin Gang. I'm actually so glad I didn't lose that 6 wins, man, because this was way too tense, I swear to god. But we should have a pretty comfortable win right now. So Barrel should get some damage there, pretty comfortable damage coming in. And yeah, you can see how Mortar is actually a pretty good matchup against us, I would say, because they can just kind of spam you and eventually get overwhelmed because you don't really have great control for that Evo Mortar especially. But it really wasn't a big deal in the end. That's a really bad miner, you know, literally going into my tower, not even attacking the princess. Like, not sure what he was thinking. But, I mean, we're just going to keep the pressure up. Let's go Gang, let's go Dark Goblin. Let's go Valkyrie in the pocket just to protect everything as well. And the Dark Goblin should keep going. Then we can go for our Barrel, which the Evo is kind of useless on. But look at these terrible miners, guys. Don't know what he's doing, but those miners are not it. Fireballs the Barrel, but loses to the Dark Goblin. So as you can see, Logbait is really no slouch in this meta, and it looks like it's here to stay. Dagger Duchess is pretty strong, and with that buff, I think it's going to be even better. That was such a tense one, guys, with me literally almost losing, because he honestly had a pretty good matchup on me, but thankfully we're able to just barely outcycle his log, take his tower in the nick of time, and now we got a nice comfortable 2-1 win. So Hypno Bait, again, remember the deck, very solid deck for any purposes. Moving on, we have P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Giant, and I thought this deck would die, guys. I really did. I mean, they nerfed Evo P.E.K.K.A, they nerfed Spear Goblins for the Goblin Giant, they nerfed Fisherman, but this deck is nowhere gone anytime soon. This is the newest version that has Lightning and Mega Minion. Honestly, a pretty fun, well-rounded version, and does counter most cycle decks pretty well, like Pigs, for example. And we have the Chef, which is the biggest concept of this deck, because Chef was not touched at all in the balance changes. It was obviously deserved, but you guys know that I hate to say it, but Supercell modus operandi, they like to make new cards, keep them overpowered, and will only nerf them after they've done their time in the meta, and lots of people have upgraded them and used them. So yeah, I'm going to go P.E.K.K.A first play. I know, guys, I'm very skilled. I'm just like the Fishnator, honestly. He actually coached me a bit, so yeah, I'm honestly pretty good with this deck, as you guys can see. Now, it looks like we're actually up against P.E.K.K.A ourselves, what looks to be, because Ram Rider Bomber, I think this is what that's going to be. Okay, never mind, it's Recruits, actually. So let's go for our Goblin Giant behind this P.E.K.K.A, or in front. I don't know, I honestly don't even know which one you're supposed to do, guys. In front or behind, I really have no idea. Let's rage this up, just get that rage down, and then I'll just go for my Bomber to take out these Recruits, and the P.E.K.K.A should get on the tower, because it two-shots Recruits, as you can see. One on the shield, one on the base Recruit, and that's going to be 2 hits on the tower, almost 3. Now, I think I can just go for arrows on all of this. I'll sack a bunch of damage, but that is literally how this deck works, guys. You literally just sack damage, and we're literally still in the damage lead. Look at that playstyle. I went P.E.K.K.A first play. I basically sacked a Ram Rider by just going Mega Minion on it, and we're still in the damage lead. But the problem is I might still lose my left side tower, but this deck is also pretty solid in tower trade situations. Now, the one problem I have right now is that I don't exactly have much use for my Lightning in this matchup, and that is a problem, because Lightning is usually supposed to be pretty good against a bunch of cycle decks in the meta, but it's okay. It should be fine, whatever it is. Get the activation right there, pretty nice. And I'm thinking I'll go for my Goblin Giant still, because we have a pretty decent, like, situation here. Actually, I'll go for my Rage first. I don't know, I'm trying to decide. What should I do, guys? Should I go for my Goblin Giant? Maybe I'll wait for this to kind of settle down, and then go Goblin Giant after the fact. How does that sound? P.E.K.K.A is still healing herself, as you can see, not dying anytime soon. That is a very healthy P.E.K.K.A. Still heals herself up. Let's go Goblin Giant to tank for this P.E.K.K.A now. And I'm going to go arrows on the Flying Machine, because I actually think the Goblin Giant will kind of kill it with the help of that arrows. Yes, it will. And I'll go for my Rage too, because Raged up Goblin Giant is no joke. As you can see, the support troops literally just disappeared and disintegrated, and now we are in an amazing spot. I'll go Fisher for this Ram Rider, hopefully pull it in time before it connects. No, because he raged up, unfortunately. But I mean, we're still fine. As long as we keep our tower healthy, we're good. We just actually have to Lightning his tower. And we win, and we have a Mega Minion for the Flying Machine, so that's a really nice little thing that we have going on here. Now, this is insane, because this playstyle, guys, is actually just crazy, but this deck, literally, this is how this deck works. And now he doesn't know I have a Lightning, but he's about to find out. Unfortunately for you, my good sir, I have a Lightning with your tower's name on it, and just like that, that's going to be tower down. Now, he might go Ram Rider here, and I'm going to try and stop it. No, I'm not going to try and stop it, actually, because the damage is done. Let's be real. Wait, actually, he still has to spell it out. Yep, arrow's forced out. Now, I have a pretty bad position. I'm down a lot of damage, but I think I can win this tower trade situation. Look at how much elixir we are up right now. I'm going to go for my Goblin Giant here. I think I'll get a nice Lightning off on this Stein, plus Doctor, plus maybe one more thing he plays. Please, please. Yep, look at that beautiful Lightning value, guys. Amazing stuff right there. And I don't know how he's going to stop this, honestly. I really don't. Let's go Mega. Let's go Bomber. Let's Rage up the P.E.K.K.A. Let's Arrows the Bomber plus Recruits. And I don't know how he stops this. Raged up Evo Goblin. It's not even Evo, actually. It's just a normal Goblin Giant. And just like that, he gets steamrolled. Plus, we have a new Evo Goblin Giant in the pocket. As you can see, turn off your brain and win games with this deck. I feel like I should make a video separately on this deck and literally just call it Turn Off Your Brain and Win with this deck, because that's what that was. I did not have to think. I went P.E.K.K.A first play. I got my mastery in the process. Like, that was a really toxic Recruits deck. Recruits, I would say, is honestly on par with this deck in terms of toxicity, but it was no, like, no contest. It wasn't even hard. All I really had to do was just keep playing my stuff, and that's all it really was. I mean, I got some nice lightning value, but yeah. This deck is also used without lightning these days, but I just saw someone on leaderboards using this version, and I really liked it. So yeah, feel free to tinker around. The old version, the Fishnator version with guards instead of Mega Minion, Goblinstein instead of lightning, that version is also still kind of a thing. But there are just a lot of variations of P.E.K.K.A Goblin Giant. It looks like it's not going away anytime soon, because honestly, the real issue with this deck is a Chef, nothing else, and Chef is super broken. But moving on to some of my favorite cards now, guys. So we are going to be playing with the Goblin Drill now, and I think this deck is going to be so much fun because I really do love Goblin Drill, and I feel like it's such an easy deck to play in one of the strongest cycle decks. And so the biggest part of why I'm trying to showcase this one is two newly buffed cards. We have newly buffed Mighty Miner, which now ramps up its damage as fast as an Inferno Dragon or Tower, I believe that was the buff, and the Evil Lawbreakers, which have like double explosion damage on the explosions, not on the Crown Tower, but on troops and everything. So honestly, pretty big buffs to this deck, coupled with the fact that Cannon's still pretty strong. You know, Bomber, Drill was always pretty good. Last Meta Drill is one of the best cycle decks in the game, and I feel like this deck is just pretty solid. Now, we're going to be playing with the Cannoneer, but you can feel free to play with the Princess Tower if you want. I think Drill generally does run Cannoneer these days, just because it kind of needs that DPS against big kind of decks, beatdown decks, such as, you know, P.E.K.K.A. It's really nice. Like, trust me, if we go against a beatdown deck right now, you guys will see the value of the Cannoneer. And unfortunately, we are up against Logbait, but it shouldn't be too bad because we do have Fire Spirit Bomber, so even though Cannoneer is an immediate big disadvantage against this deck, we have quite a decent amount of splash control nonetheless, so I think as long as we just control stuff well. I forgot I had Cannoneer, by the way, did not need to play that Fire Spirit down, but it's all good. Let's go for our breakers in the left, and it's just going to be spam, 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 honestly, guys. This deck is all about the spam. So we are up against Logbait with Cannon Cart. Not really what I like to see, I'm not going to lie, but shouldn't be too bad. So if we're up against Evo Barrel, which I think we are going to have to play some nice counters to that Evo Barrel. As you can see, Cannoneer is very solid, just kind of going to town on that. We'll one-shot this Dark Goblin as well, promptly. Might take like one hit or two, but I mean, it's one-shot. Like, it's a pretty solid interaction. Now, I think, okay, Princess Bridge. It's time to go Bomber plus Fire Spirit. On this, he's probably going to go Guards for the... Okay, wow, the Fire Spirit really let me down. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. Bomber should put in quite a lot of work here. Maybe one more? No, okay, this is actually going to be a bit of a tough spot. Let me honestly log. I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. And now if he goes for the barrel, I'll probably have to fireball it. If he has an Evo Barrel, that might be a bit more tricky. I mean, the fake ones in the left, I still have to respond to it, though. No, yeah, I still have to respond because it was getting tanked for. I'll take a bunch of damage. Now, this matchup is going to be rougher because I have the Cannoneer. If I had Princess, this would be no joke. Like, this would be very easy, but we're still going to try our best, guys. I think if he doesn't have a big spell, we can definitely come back here. The Princess Bridge is the most obnoxious thing that he's doing, though. Let's go for our Drill. Let's split our wall breakers, too. Let's get some dual lane pressure going. Just pressure like crazy right now, because that Evo Drill is going to go hard. So Fire Spirit doesn't connect. But the wall... Dude, that's so close. Dark Goblin is such an overpowered card, man. Like, it got the evolution, and doesn't even need it to be strong. Let's go Mighty to take the Dark Goblin's targeting. Log all of that. Bomber, because we kind of have to, honestly. The Cannoneer's not going to do anything against that set of guards. And I guess we start the Fireball cycle. I don't know what his big spell is, so maybe if we Fireball cycle him out, that'll be nice as well. I don't really know. Bomber, please kill the Cannon Cart. Thank you very much. And I am going to log this Dark Goblin because I don't want to take that hit, quite frankly. Try and show you guys a cool little trick against... Oh god, okay, I have to drill on defense here. Never mind about the trick I was going to show. I think I'll just fireball this. I'll try and show you guys a trick another time. Let's get our Mighty Miner down on this Doctor. I'm down a lot of elixir right now, guys, but it's okay. Drill on defense is not the end of the world, especially because it lets you cycle back to your Evo Drill a little bit quicker. It's honestly not a bad play by any means. Let's go Cannon on this side. And I didn't pay attention to which one's the real one and the fake one. I think we do have to log this Cannon Cart, and it's still going strong, man. Mighty Miner here. I mean, this is a really bad spot, but I feel like we can still come back, guys. Worst case, this shows the risk of playing Cannoneer, and you might have to risk playing against Logbait. And if you don't like Logbait matchups, it's only a lot worse when you have a Cannoneer. Like, it's significantly worse, honestly. But I still think I can come back, guys. I believe, if you believe. Let's go log on all of that. No hits, please? Okay, one hit, unfortunately. And, man, I have to fireball that because the car's just sitting there being annoying. But I have my Evo Breakers. I've been sitting on them for a while. Like this, it's just tough because he's just spamming me non-stop, really. Like, he might Princess Bridge any second now. I'm gonna cannon in case he does that, actually. Let me think here. This should be fine to full counter that. Yep, really nice full counter. Let's go for our drill Evo breakers right now. He's probably gonna go guards, but Evo breakers might still connect. There's the Evo ice break, which dies to the explosion. That's the buff, guys. Hold on, though. We get a lot of damage because of that buff. Hold on. We are back in this game. Guys, we are back in this game, I repeat. We are back. Gonna fireball that. I have to log that side, I feel. And then breakers, maybe? Please? Okay, we're still in this game. We're still in this game. It's not looking hot, but we're still here. We're alive. And that's all that matters. Let's go pre-cannon right now. And drill plus fireball is the move, I guess. Log, fireball, wall breakers, ability. Come on, give me some drill damage, baby. Let's go. Give me the damage right now. And how much is that? That's not enough yet. I need a couple stabs, please. I don't get stabs. I need 2 fireballs now. If I just get 2 more fireballs and I survive, I win the game. Log. I'll try and show you guys a trick now. Nope, I failed, but... Hold up. Wait, just a fireball and I win? Okay, the wall breakers? Okay, we just barely won. GG's. Wow, honestly, guys, that was a much harder game than I thought we would have. I feel like that's still a decent match because, you know, we have Bomber, Fire Spirit, Log. The trick I wanted to show you guys was you can shove a Fire Spirit into the barrel to fully counter the Goblins and kill them all. But I mean, I still think, considering we had Cannoneer, that was a nice win. Now, if we had a Princess Tower, that would have been basically a free win. But it was harder. But trust me, guys, this deck against Beatdown, like any Beatdown deck, you will just have so much fun. Like, this deck kind of eats P.E.K.K.A for breakfast, honestly. It's so fun. The only weakness is really air defense, but you can even get around that with fireballs, mighty minor abilities, and whatnot. So really, really fun deck. Definitely would recommend if you guys are looking for a drill deck to play. And last but certainly not least, we have Royal Hog's Earthquake, one of my favorite decks in the entire game. Unfortunately, Evo Skellies, Evo Ice Spirit, and Archer Queen were all nerfed. So I'm trying this new version with the Evo Cannon, which was actually buffed. So like I said, really trying to make the most of the recent balance changes. And this version was, again, buffed with the Evo Cannon. Evo Skellies were nerfed, but they still do their job against, like, tanks. It's just that they kind of have trouble against 1v1ing stuff. Like, they're so bad against recruits now. They're worse against Barrel, for example. But they're still okay. Like, they're not useless, but they are definitely worse, I would say. And this is like the epitome of dumb, because he literally just, he's playing the same deck that I was playing earlier, you know, P.E.K.K.A, but I literally got starting handed, and that is like the whole way this stupid deck even works. But I literally don't have anything for this, and of course he has a monk as well. This is actually really brain dead, guys. I don't know how he can do this, but I'll try my best. There's the ability. Like, really sucks to get starting handed, man, because it's really just quite a joke. See if we can still do fine, though. Let's go for a delivery. Let's log, keep the queen alive, hopefully. Nice log timing. Monk. That's a really good defense, honestly, considering he literally went P.E.K.K.A first play and had a monk along with it. Now, this is the queen nerf. In ordinary circumstances, queen would definitely have been able to get a second ability off here, but because of the nerf, we can't really do that anymore. And as you can see, Evo Skellies are so much worse now. They literally just died when I surrounded a lumberjack. Like, what is that? But I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's just a bit sad to look at, but it's okay. He's gonna go for the pump. We can thankfully just earthquake that, so I'll give him a well played, just because I'm a bit tilted about his first play and the fact he literally went P.E.K.K.A first play plus monk. And I really want to go P.E.K.K.A again in the back, so I'm gonna leak a bit and wait for that. Actually, where's your P.E.K.K.A, buddy? You know you want to play it. Okay, mirror pump. We're still gonna go in. He's at 4 elixir right now. 5. We're gonna go Ice Spirit plus Piggies. He has a freaking wizard, so that's going to do a great job at countering my pigs, but we're still going to get a lot of damage coming in, and the returns on his pump will be relatively slow. Now, we're going to go for our delivery and then cannon, and I'll try and activate my king off this monk if I can. Maybe. Okay, we can't. That's fine. I'll go for my late log and then Skellies to surround this and kill the wizard. Very nice situation. He goes Zap. I'm going to go Piggies on 5 because he's low in elixir. He can't afford a P.E.K.K.A yet, and even if he can, it won't be that good of a play. And just like that, we're going to get a lot of damage, guys. As you can see, damage pouring in. Then we can just go for a delivery on the lumberjack afterwards, and yeah, that's a great situation. And just like that, we are big chilling. I'm going to EQ the pump, because, I mean, I don't really want to, but it's a free +1 trade. Like, why wouldn't I, right? So now we have a huge defense to buckle down for, but I believe we can do it, guys. Do you believe in me? I don't know. I'm going to have to stack a bunch of deliveries, it looks like, because he's about to get a monk down and do some really stupid stuff on me. So let's go Evo Cannon, level 13. How? Dude, how? Oh, it's mirrored, I guess. That's why. I was like, how is that even a thing, bro? But okay, let's go Skellies. Let's go late Queen. As you guys can see, Queen can actually 1v1 a monk if you go ability late in time. So that's pretty solid. We'll get our delivery down. Let's get our Evo Skellies off to the side, which will actually just die straight up. But, it's not over. Delivery. And we actually survived the onslaught, so now we are talking, because, I mean, I can survive his next push pretty easily. I'm not too worried about it. And we're soon going to get him in EQ log range. I believe 2 EQs, 2 logs is going to do 220 damage, or they do 220 each, which means 2 EQs and 2 logs is going to do 440. Wait, no, Lumberjack. Do I lose to Lumberjack? No way. Wait. Cannon, please. Attack it. Okay, we're fine. Ish. Dude, this is actually really dumb. EQ number 1. I guess I need 3 EQs at this point. I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go Piggies and pray, because I will lose if this doesn't work out. If I don't get any damage here. Okay, I think I lost. Uh-oh. Level 13 wizard, bro. Oh my god. Wait. Delivery? Please kill the wizard? Nope. EQ on defense, though? Log. And then cannon. Oh my god, I'm alive. At what cost? But I am alive right now. Dude, this is insane. This matchup is just ridiculous. Wait. Bridge block. I have to get a second EQ down. I don't know if I can do it, guys. Log. Ice. Cannon. EQ. We're back to the EQ if just Lumberjack doesn't take my tower. Let's go. Oh my god, good game. That was way too stressful for my comforts. I can't believe I almost lost, but we were able to win and come out on top. So no losses, guys. Undefeated video. Perfect 10-1 start. Started at 5-1, ending on 10-1. So perfect start with, again, some of my favorite decks for this new meta. That was a really stupid match just because Monk counters my Cannon and Queen so effectively. Then he has Wizard to counter my Pigs very easily, plus the P.E.K.K.A being stupid with level 13 Chef shenanigans. But nonetheless, we were able to defend and get it done. As you can see, with good defense, you will be fine. Evo Cannon was kind of useless there. Low-key Evo Ice would have been a lot better, but I'm just experimenting with these versions. But yeah, those are the 5 best decks of the global tournament. Again, guys, deck links will be in the description below if you guys would like to check them out. If you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, thank you so much for watching. All the best in global tournament. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.